Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear student of class 10 English version, how are you today? I hope that you are very well by the grace of Almighty Allah. I am also fine. Now I am very delighted to get a unique opportunity to deliver today's topic, specific to this topic, chapter 2, lesson 12 and 24. Okay, I will discuss about important some hadith and important knowledge, comprehensive discussion and MCQ question. Okay, so dear student, please listen to me what I say. First of all, I'll discuss about first number hadith, lesson 12, hadith number 1, about niyat. Prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in the hadith, innamal a'malu bin niyat. That means, in fact, all deeds are dependent on intention. Okay, in fact, all deeds are dependent on intention. So here this important question: which work are dependent on dash intention. Okay, so this is hadith very important to succeed in the worldly life and hereafter. So as a Muslim, you have to acquire knowledge of this hadith, because without knowing of this hadith, you can't succeed in the worldly living hereafter. Okay, so now what is niyat? The purpose or aim of the deed is called niyat. Okay, here this important question: what is called niyat? The purpose or aim of the deed is called niyat. So the success of deeds depends on niyat. That means that if the niyat is good, the person will earn the best reward, and in the niyat is not good, then person will not benefit even by doing a good deed. Okay, so in the long run, it is said that to succeed in the worldly life, first of all you have to take intention to succeed in the worldly life in the hereafter. Okay, lesson 13, hadith number 2, about the foundation of Islam. Dear student, you know that Prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, about this hadith: Bunya al-Islamu ala khamsin, shahadatu alla ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu wa iqamus salat wa ita'iz zakah wal hajj wa sawmi Ramadan. Prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, about this hadith, said, Islam is based on 5 main confessions, such as are is none worthy of worship except Allah, and Muhammad is his slave and messenger, and to establish salat, to pay zakat, to perform Hajj pilgrimage, and last pillar, fast during Ramadan. Okay, so here this important MCQ question: how many pillars of Islam? 5 pillars. Okay, first of all, to refuse to recognize that there is none worthy of worship except Allah, and Muhammad is his slave and messenger. Okay, second pillar, to establish salat. Third pillar, to pay zakat. Fourth pillar, to during Ramadan. And last pillar, Hajj. But here this question, fourth pillar zakat, not correct answer. Who is the fourth pillar of Islam during Ramadan? Okay, fasting during Ramadan, but fifth pillar of Islam to perform Hajj pilgrimage. Okay, so this teaching of this hadith, the fundamentals of Islam are 5 in number. Islam is most foremost and the most important of all bases. Iman must be manifested by personal testification, and number 4, to next to it, absolute allegiance must be paid to Allah, the Most High by way of practicing of all fundamentals such as Salat, Zakat, Hajj, and Saum. Okay. Number 5, such cannot reach fullness in absence of these 5 fundamentals. Okay. Hadith nong 3. Prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in the hadith, ma min yawmin yusbihu al-ibadati fi illa malakaini yansilani fa yaqulu ahaduhuma Allahumma a'ti munfiqan khalafan wa yaqulu al-akhar Allahumma a'ti mumsikan talafan. Okay. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in the hadith, every morning 2 angels descend to a slave of Allah. One of them says, O Allah, give bread to the giver, and another says, O Allah, cause damage to the accumulator of hell. So here this hadith, important question: how many angels descend to a slave of Allah in the every morning? 2 angels. But first angel who say who said what's the speech of this morning? First one of them, that means first angel says, "Wa Allah, keep bread to the giver," and another says, another speech of the second angel, "O Allah, cause damage to the accumulator of oil." Okay. So dear student, you have to perform of this hadith to succeed in the worldly life. Okay. So we should bestow many things to satisfy the poor people in the worldly life. Hadith nung 7, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam says in this hadith, al-muslimu akhul muslim la yadlimuhu wa la yuslimuhu wa man kana fi hajati akhihi kana Allah fi hajatihi. That means a Muslim is a brother to another Muslim. He does not oppress his brother, nor does he surrender him to his enemy. Allah fulfills the needs of a Muslim who tries to fulfill his brother needs. Okay. So from this hadith, important MC question: a Muslim is a brother to another Muslim. From which hadith book? Bukhari and Muslim. But a Muslim is a brother to another Muslim whose speech is the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's speech. Okay. Of the teaching of this hadith is very important for every Muslim. For as a Muslim, you have to perform, you have to know about this hadith. First teaching Muslim or brother unto themselves. Number 2, they will not to oppress and torture one another. Okay. They will come forward unitedly against their enemies. Okay. So this is important hadith. Hadith nung 8, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam about this hadith, at-tajirul amin as-suduqul muslimu ma'a shuhada'i yawm al-qiyamah. That means a trustworthy, truthful businessman will be in the company of the martyrs on the Qiyamah day. Okay. So from this hadith we could know about the importance of busyness. Okay. So important MCQ question: who will be in the company of the martyrs on the Qiyamah day? Correct answer: a trustworthy, truthful businessman will be in the company of the martyrs so on the Qiyamah day. Okay. Lesson important lesson Isma 22. Isma, dear student, you know that Isma is the third source of Islamic Sharia. Okay. Third source of Islamic Sharia. What is the meaning of Isma? Correct answer. Isma means to agree, to be united, to establish the agreed opinion, etc. Okay. Next important question: what is the practical sense of isma? Correct answer: to come to a common position on a matter or discuss, so is called isma. Okay. Next comprehensive question important: what is called isma? What is the Islamic terminology of isma? Okay. Correct answer: in the Islamic parlance, the consensus of the past mustahid or researchers of a certain age on a particular issue is termed as isma. Isma may take place in any age subsequent to the prophets, starting with the service till the doomsday. Isma may occur in every age. Isma must essentially be supported by Al Quran and Sunnah. Isma is not to be attempt one any matter opposed to Al Quran and Sunnah were one and illegitimate and sinful acts. So Isma is a special status and favor divinely ordained for the Muslims. Okay, so important, very very important. Yeah, here this question, important question. Dear student, you know that Al Quran is proved by which source? Al Quran to compile Al Quran. Um, are proved by which source? Correct answer: Al Isma. Okay, 20 rakat Tarawih Salat is proved by which source? By Isma. Okay, now I will discuss the important lesson, important knowledge base and MCQ and comprehensive discussion. Lesson 23, the fourth source of Sharia. The fourth source of Sharia about Qiyas. The fourth source of Sharia is Qiyas. Who is the fourth source of Sharia? Islamic Sharia. Qiyas. What is the meaning of Qiyas? Qiyas means to guess, to compare, to measure, to suppose, to conjecture. Okay. Next important comprehensive discussion: what is the Islamic terminology? Um, the Qiyas of in the Islamic terminology, the act of resolving an issue of a later is in an individual capacity by using the intellect on the resemblance of the laws or principle which are founded on Al Quran and Sunnah is called Qiyas. Okay. In other words, Qiyas is to resolve a problem, the solution of which is not available in Al Quran, Sunnah, and Isma by applying personal reasoning in accordance with the Islamic principles. Okay, so Qiyas is the very very important in is the Islamic source in the Islam. Okay, so you have to make a Qiyas solution. You have to follow the principle of Qiyas. Okay, you have to follow the principle of Qiyas for a particular issue. Number one, comprehensive discussion. Number one, Qiyas cannot be applied to succeed matters are clearly solved by Al Quran, Hadith, and Isma. Okay, number B, Qiyas must not be opposed to Al Quran, Sunnah, and Isma. Number C, the method and laws of Qiyas must remain within the bounds of knowledge, human knowledge. Okay. Number 4, it is outside the scope of Qiyas to formulate any law opposed to the principle of jurisprudence that have been determined by Al Quran and Hadith. Okay, so last important MCQ question: who is the scientific and logical source of the Islamic Sharia? Al Qiyas. Okay, Again, this question: who is the scientific and logical source of the Islamic Sharia? Yes, but maximum student mistake this question. Isma had it not. Correct answer, Al-Qiyas. Okay. Lastly, so lesson of this chapter: terminology concerning rules of Shariat. What is Shariat? What is Ahkam? Okay, Shariat is the combined from the Islamic rules and regulation. Islamic terminology: in the Islamic terminology, Shariat means such a strong and straight path by trading which can receive guidance and a balanced working method. Okay, what is Ahkam? Ahkam means rules and regulation. Okay, next important question: what is force? Force is an Arabic word. Force means a rule which must the obeyed, or which is most essential. Okay, so force means obligatory. Literal meaning obligatory. So those rules and regulation of Shariat which are proved as mandatory and inviolable by the irrefutable proofs from Al-Quran and Sunnah are called force. Okay, so a force cannot be violated in any situation. If force is denied, iman is lost. Rather, a rejecter of force becomes a kafir. Okay, so any person, if a reject of force becomes a kafir if this are not observed, major sins are committed. Okay, so if the first duties are not permitted, the source of Shariat. Okay, Allah the Most High: Ya ayyuha rasulu kullu min tayyibati wa amalu salihah. Next important question: what is called Farz Kifaya? How many kinds of farz? Two kinds: Farz Ain and Farz Kifaya. Farz Ain, Farz Kifaya is collective force. These are such first duties which, if performed jointly by a group of Muslims, it will be accepted on behalf of all Muslims. The rest non-performing Muslims are expanded exempted from this obligation due to its performance by a group of Muslims. Okay, but if any group does not perform it, all members of the society will be sinners. For example, Salatul Janaza. For example, to perform to take up itikaf. Okay, this example for Kifaya. Wajib. What is the meaning of wajib? Wajib is an Arabic word. Wajib means obligatory, compulsory, mandatory, indispensable. Okay. What is called wajib? There are some such regulations in the Shariat which are to be observed, but these are not force. Such regulations are called wajib. For example, to perform Witr Salat, to perform Eidul Azha and Eidul Fitr Salat. Okay. Sunnat. What is called Sunnat? Sunnat means path, way, method, rules, etc. What is called Sunnata in the Islamic parlance? Those duties which have been embodied in the Sharia by the Prophet ﷺ practice or example are called Sunnat. For example, uh, and those acts which the Holy Prophet ﷺ himself did or ordered others to do or approved other person performing them in this presence or under his knowledge. Those acts are called sunnat. Okay, sunnat two types: sunnat muakkada and sunnat zaidan. Sunnat muakkada, for example, chanting of Azan and Iqamot, 2 rakat of prayer before the first morning prayer, 4 rakat before and 2 rakat after the first of Zohor prayer, 2 rakat performed for is after Maghrib, sunset, and Isha prayers are included in Sunnat Muakkada. Okay? Sunnat Zayda to perform 4 rakat salat before performing for salat of Asr. Okay? Mustahab. What is the meaning of mustahab? Mustahab means preferable. What is the Arabic? What is the other name of mustahab? Mustahab other name nafol or mandub. Nafol or mandub. Okay. What is the what is mubah? Mubah such acts are called mubah. The performance of which brings no reward as well as non-performance bring no sins. Men can do such acts by intention or refrain from doing them in absence of intention. Okay. Next important question, what is the meaning of halal? Halal means lawful, legitimate, wholesome, approved, etc. Okay. Haram means, what is the meaning of haram? Haram means prohibited, bad, unfair, etc. What is the opposite of what is the opposite of halal? Haram. Okay. Dear student, so uh, 12 lesson to 24 lesson, this important MCQ question, very important for next test exam and board exam. So please first of all read the lesson, and then important MCQ question memorize and write down, and then inshallah you will be success in the exam, board exam and test exam, inshallah. Dear student, already you have selected 102 MCQ question. So this MCQ question very important for next exam. Okay, so dear student, please read this lesson and important MCQ memorize and write down. Okay, that's all today's topic for the time being. May Allah bless you. Allah Hafiz. Thank you all. Thank you very much. Every Muhammad Masudur Rahman.